Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor Ipshita Bansal from BPS Women's University, Sonipat, Haryana. Today we will be discussing about the module Social Entrepreneurship for Human Quality Development, the Indian Scenario, of the paper Indian Perspectives on Human Quality Development. By the end of this module, students will be able to understand who social entrepreneurs are and what is their role, study some social entrepreneurs who brought about the change, and learn how they left an impact on people and society. Social entrepreneur is an individual who set up an enterprise with the aim to solve social struggles or implementing social change. The hallmark of social entrepreneurship is to serve the people at the bottom of the pyramid, which demands a different and unique approach. Social entrepreneurs are those who come with the innovative solutions to most serious social problems. They change the system by themselves to resolve the problems instead of leaving to other business sectors or the government. Social entrepreneurs act as change agents. Business entrepreneurs change the face of business, whereas social entrepreneurs also act as the change agents, but they change the situation of society. Social entrepreneurs are individuals with innovative solutions to society's most pressing social problems. Unlike entrepreneurs who deal with trade and commerce and are motivated by profits, the social entrepreneurs are motivated to improve society by new and better ways. Social entrepreneurs possess great ideas and are committed to work for the better change in the society. They act and can be called as the change agents of society. These social entrepreneurs show great amount of innovativeness in recognizing and meeting unfulfilled social needs. They focus on eradicating the evils of society like deficiency, unpleasantness, and sickness. Qualities of social entrepreneurs. They have high willpower and determination and drive for social transformation. They are excellent mobilizers of social capital, devoted to creation of services, and have abilities of collaborative partnership with government. Some of the social entrepreneurs who work for human quality development are SEWA, that is Self-Employed Women Association, Miracle Couriers, Dabbawalas, Amul, and Sulabh International, to name a few. SEWA, that is Self-Employed Women Association, was founded by Ila Bhatt. Ila Bhatt, who was a law graduate in the year 1954, joined the Textile Labour Association, which was founded by Mahatma Gandhi in 1917. Through that association, she was able to visualize the difficult conditions of women in the unorganized sector. Ila Bhatt is known throughout the world as one of the most distinguished social activists. She founded India's Self-Employed Women's Association, that is SEWA, in the early 1970s. Her continuous effort to recover the living standards of underprivileged people has been acknowledged far and wide. The self-employed working women in India have rarely the benefit of workers' rights or legal protections. The reason behind this was their illiteracy, and thus women were harassed and exploited by moneylenders, bureaucrats, and the owners of the enterprises. This terrible condition, which was faced by working women as weavers, head loaders, needlecraft artists, cigarette rollers and collectors of waste, was observed by Sulabh, a lawyer by profession. At that time, in 1972, she was associated with Textile Labour Association in Ahmedabad as a head of the women's section. Thus, as a result of this observation, she devoted herself in helping women to organize themselves and their tasks. The three occupational categories. SEWA is a trade union for those women who make their source of revenue in three broad occupational categories: hawkers and vendors, home-based producers, and manual laborers and service providers. Their first program focused on getting better working conditions for members through influencing the actions of policymakers. Afterwards, SEWA provided a diversity of services that were else not available to their members. SEWA is the foremost and leading trade union with approximately 3,15,000 members. SEWA has a number of sister institutions which include a bank that provides financial resources, an academy that provides teaching, training and research, and a housing trust that coordinates housing activities for its members. Essential innovation and activities. The vital innovation of SEWA is to organize groups of women that have no reason to think for political change or to address economic, social and health issues. Thus, SEWA helps in building leadership competence in women to give a shape to organize their livelihoods. For last 4 decades, it is making efforts to increase the economic opportunities, power to bargain, legal and health security for rural women. The scope of SEWA is not limited to few members, but it organized 3,15,000 self-employed women as union members. It improved the working conditions of India's self-employed, unorganized female laborers by providing entrance to healthcare, credit and saving facilities. It influenced the International Labour Organization to pass standards for self-employed women workers, including minimum wage and working conditions. It also co-founded international network to support the efforts of women in the informal segment through Women in Informal Employment Globalizing and Organizing (WIGO). And for their tremendous contributions, SEWA has been awarded with very prestigious awards through various national, international, government and non-governmental agencies. Miracle Couriers. This was started by Dhruv Lakra. The man behind the miracle is Dhruv Lakra, a graduate from HR College, Mumbai. After his graduation, he joined Merrill Lynch as an investment banker, but soon felt that the perfect place for him to work is in the social sector. With this thought, after 2 years, Dhruv gave up his job and joined DASRA, an association that works with diverse social impact efforts. He said, "My indulgence at DASRA was truly remarkable. I worked at diverse places in India, dealing with concerns like child trafficking to help social enterprises raise capital. This work really had a profound impact and encouraged me to work for the social sector." After the period Dhruv spent at DASRA, he went to the United Kingdom on scholarship for an MBA degree program in the area of social entrepreneurship from Oxford University, London. While this program, he took one of his projects in India, and this is where the inspiration behind Miracle happened. During his journey to India for the project work, Dhruv was traveling in a bus. There he saw a boy who was seated a few seats away from him. Dhruv noticed that the boy was deaf, and so he was having the difficulty to communicate with the conductor. The more observation for individuals with such a disability in their journey or problem is not evident. After getting down from the bus, Dhruv reached home and signed a paper to take delivery of a courier. The transaction took just 30 seconds and there was no actual conversation involved. Combining these two occurrences together, Dhruv thought to start a courier service which will provide work for deaf and mute people. When Dhruv shared this idea with few people, he was termed as a fool, but on the other hand, he was determined about trying it out. After exploring, he outlined the groups of people who are deaf and mute and live in big cities like Mumbai. He initiated from the place named as Mulland by taking about his ideas, but the responses was not positive. However, he managed to involve one of the boys. The boy persuaded two more and now they were three. From here, the procedure began and Dhruv needed to get some consignment for these boys to deliver. Logistics is a repetitive activity and studies show that deaf people are good with recurring processes driven activities. This was the reason behind the thought and workability of Dhruv's idea. With this unique idea, he was fortunate enough to obtain a contract for trying the idea in workout, and this was the foundation of an extremely priceless experience. There was a question, how would his field representatives travel, as Indian law does not allow deaf persons to drive. But the solution was not so far. Fortunately, they were situated in Mumbai, which has a highly well organized city transportation service, both the buses and the trains. The company took full benefit of the open transportation structure to efficiently deliver the courier to its customers. Dealing with difficulties. They also used non-verbal way of communicating, but the sign language has some cultural aspects too. In different regions, the sign language is perceived in a different way because of the regional context. For example, the way in which a person from Mumbai would explain something through sign language is dissimilar from the manner in which a Punjabi would perhaps do. Thus, there were huge societal barriers for deaf people who were working. Despite all these challenges and social issues, Miracle Couriers today has developed a team of 50 employees with merely 3 persons who aren't deaf. Providing respect. Dhruv was also very concerned about his employees. He was so particular with the purpose that his employees should be treated with respect. As a result, prior to signing up a client, he makes certain that the individuals in the customer's organization are sensitized to this, particularly the security, maintenance and reception staff. Employing both men and women. Along the journey, Miracle also dealt with the trouble of gender bias in the society and wanted to eradicate it in his organization. Deaf and mute girls face even bigger barriers to enter into organizations and work. However, the work like online data entering for all the deliveries gave them the opportunity to work with Miracle. Dhruv wanted to provide work for both men and women in a mostly male-dominated industry. Here, the men handle the deliveries and the women took hold of the back office absolutely from top to bottom, staying with the times and growing the business. Miracle has really made a great social impact, but only this is not sufficient. As being a business enterprise, it is also benchmarked against the top companies as well. Dhruv stated, social impact unfortunately doesn't really count while valuation of a company. They observed that in spite of having a number of major organizations as their clients, Miracle weren't getting various deliveries for the reasons that it was looked upon as the very last alternative used for distribution. The majority of unimportant documents were sent through Miracle. It took lots of efforts for the Miracle group to triumph the trust factor. The painstaking training, implementing a well-built technology, and the continuous feedback helped in removing away the biases. Raising capital has been a hard trip, and so Dhruv chose an unconventional source of funding, that is, he applied for the renowned Echoing Green Fellowship. This fellowship is awarded every year to 15 social entrepreneurs from around the globe. Thus, this half-yearly Echoing Green Fellowship of $15,000 has kept the enterprise moving. Focusing on the business side, Miracle is now working with a conscious attempt to obtain more value-based deliveries as a replacement of the concentrating on the quantity. Currently, client portfolio of Miracle includes large corporates such as Mahindra & Mahindra, Franklin Templeton Investments, Godrej Industries, and the like. Setting up any business has its challenges. Dhruv's major challenge was convincing his family that this would work. It was tough to find support. He raised what little funds he could by himself. Now Miracle is doing around 600 deliveries a month. It has been a really tough ride, but when you see the change that has come about in the lives of these people, it is really heartening. Today, these deaf and mute people handle 65,000 deliveries per month on an average, and the score of 98 to 99% on-time delivery is very impressive. A miracle indeed. Dabbawalas. Dabbawalas move cooked food in dabbas, that is tiffins, to the workplace of people from their homes and bringing them back again. They have over 2 lakh customers and move over 4 lakh dabbas on an everyday basis. The actually most fascinating thing about Dabbawalas is twofold. First, these Dabbawalas have no formal learning or training. They are from underprivileged surroundings and they are employed as Dabbawalas to brush up their skills and to provide them with career. Second, no variety of telecommunication or technology is used by them. The complete task is performed by a coding system on top of the dabbas. Dabbawala's idea and structure. They use very simple concept for work. A dabbawala gathers dabbas or tiffins in the morning from family homes and then distributes them to workplaces for lunch. Afterwards, in the afternoon, he collects the empty tiffins and returns them back to their homes. Regardless of this simple notion, the method itself appears incredible. There are around 4,500 to 5,000 dabbawalas delivering more than 2 lakh lunch boxes a day with great accuracy. They move by the means of bicycles and local trains. So what is the detailed system? Using a highly structured system of color-coded dabbas to get across over 1,70,000 meals to their destination every day. The 5,000 Dabbawalas United has erected a surprising status for the pace and precision of its deliveries. Their renowned effectiveness and almost perfect logistics is now spreading its wings in the world of management. The system that has been developed by Dabbawalas over the years rotates around well-built teamwork and firm time management. Each morning at 9 a.m., the homemade food is picked up in unique boxes which are loaded on trolleys and moved to a railway station. They subsequently make their mode by train to an unloading station. There the boxes are reorganized, which are specified by a classification of colored inscription, so that those departing for similar destination end up on the similar trolley. The meals are then delivered 99.9999% of the time to the right address. So they have also been giving Six Sigma Award, a unique initiative. As the process of Dabbawalas works for bringing dabbas in the morning and taking back in the afternoon, on the other hand, what if the lunch box is not empty? What if people haven't finished the food and there are leftovers? To overcome with the wastage of food, Dabbawalas have started a unique initiative known as Share. Share My Dabba is an initiative to make certain that more food is used and less food is wasted. That is, it further focuses on helping other individuals to eat lunch by providing uneaten food in dabbas to hungry children at roadside via the Dabbawalla network and a small share sticker. The concept is exclusive and is also very simple. People are provided with a sticker on which it is written share. Therefore, if sometimes the food is left in the tiffin, perhaps due to the much quantity that one can't eat, or due to the office snacks parties, one don't feel like eating lunch that day. Thus, the concept says that if there is any leftover food in the dabba, just put a share sticker on it before the Dabbawalla arrives to pick it up. The Dabbawalla then places the tiffin aside, and followed by this, the leftover food is provided to hungry and deprived street children. This wonderful idea of sharing the tiffin is not a charity, but instead a unique idea with a creative approach to make more meals go around. Amul, Anand Milk Union Limited, was started by Varghese Kurian, called as the milkman of India. The man behind White Revolution, Varghese Kurian, was born on 26 November 1921. In 1948, he completed Masters of Science in Mechanical Engineering from Michigan State University, USA. Afterwards, he served at Anand in Gujarat's Kheda district. He was the founder chairperson of CGMMF, that is Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation Limited, for more than 30 years, that is from 1973 to 2006. In 1946, the cooperative movement that began in Gujarat was a movement in opposition to the violence of Polson Dairy, which was a locally owned dairy in Anand, Gujarat, who forcefully acquired milk from farmers at very small prices and sold it to Mumbai government. With almost every means, the architect of Amul was the late Dr. Varghese Kurian, who faced death paradoxically in the 50th year of the creation of the Amul Girl. He scripted Operation Flood, a supportive association that made India from mere an importer of milk into one of world's largest milk producer. This is the reason why Varghese Kurian was called the milkman of India. Story of Amul. Under GCMMF, Amul as a brand was successfully formed in 1946. Amul was the white revolution, and this revolution made India the world's biggest producer of milk and milk products. GCMMF a state-level apex body of milk cooperatives in Gujarat, aims at providing remuneration to the farmers, to serve the concern of consumers by providing quality products, and to promote and manage Amul brand. Amul entered into chocolates, ice cream, pizza business, and the recipes were prepared and provided to restaurant owners who could market the products available at low prices at rupees 30, where other companies were charging more than rupees 100. Three-tier formation. Amul model is a three-tier supportive structure. At village level, it is working as dairy cooperative society, affiliated at the district level to a milk union, and is further amalgamated into a milk federation at the state level. The above three-tier formation was set up in order to hand over a variety of functions such as village dairy society for milk collection, to district milk union for milk procurement and processing, and state milk federation for milk and milk products marketing. The diagram elaborates how the Amul cooperative benefits lakhs of dairy farmers across India. Sulabh International. This unique concept was started by Dr. Bindeshwar Pathak. Sulabh is the brainchild of Dr. Bindeshwar Pathak. Dr. Pathak was born in 1942 in a Brahmin family of Bihar state of India. He got married in 1965 and started teaching in a school. During 1968, he was sent into a committee to design celebration of birth centenary of Mahatma Gandhi, which was due in 1969. This was a turning point in the life of young Dr. Pathak. As a young boy, his heart was touched to see the work performed by scavengers. To see such practice where scavengers were suffering for lack of fixed point toilet system, this life seemed provoked and stimulated in him the wish and willpower to abolish and eliminate the practice. Dr. Bindeshwar Pathak is a great social reformer of modern India. Dr. Pathak's contributions in bringing social reform are noteworthy. He enriched and empowered the depressed classes, improved health of people by hygiene and sanitation. Thus, by performing such tasks, he is contributing in the fulfillment of Gandhi and Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar's dreams. Sulabh International is a social movement to provide healthy and hygienic sanitation facility to each and every person so that open defecation could be eradicated. Sulabh is not about community toilets only. It is a social uprising which provides the freedom from discrimination of caste and creed, liberation of scavengers engaged in this occupation of cleaning human waste, stopping from spreading the contagious diseases and epidemics. Although ancient Indian civilization had world's most advanced sanitation and sewage system, only 232 cities of modern India have partial sewage sanitation availability. According to Census of India in 2001, 63% of households do not have a lavatory, and presently we see that 50% of Indian households do not have a lavatory, for which our Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is also working for this cause. The practice of defecation in open spaces is very prevalent, especially in rural areas. However, we cannot imagine what the state of affairs would have been had it not been for incessant efforts of Sulabh since 1969, and the first Sulabh Shauchalaya came into existence in August 1973. Idea and vision. The idea is to restore human rights and dignity, prevention of environmental pollution, enhancement of health, hygiene and ecology, promotion of job-oriented education and primary health care, work against social evils and to uplift economically poor and ignored sections of the society, create new job opportunities for providing training, promote research and development in technological and societal fields. The idea of providing sanitation was ridiculed initially and did not get any support from any corner. But Sulabh is envisioned as a change agent for society. Inspired by Gandhian philosophy of truthfulness, non-violence and altruism, Sulabh follows the path of Gandhian principle of trusteeship. Sulabh is based on compassion for and development of fellow men. Sulabh initiatives. One of the major achievements of Sulabh technologies is two-pit pour flush toilet, which provides an on-site human excreta disposal mechanism and is an easy and cheap alternative to dry toilets. It is not only easy to build and maintain, but also requires much smaller space. These pits are completely free from need for engaging the services of scavengers, do not create health hazards, are environmental friendly and cost effective. Sulabh's public toilet complex. Sulabh built first toilet in 1973 in Ara, Bihar and first toilet complex in 1974 in Patna, Bihar. Then WHO, UNICEF recommended that Sulabh toilet, which has been successfully implemented in Bihar, must be adopted across India. Since then, Sulabh has become synonymous with public toilet and bath complexes nationwide. Mostly, these complexes are built by Sulabh in slum areas. In addition, municipalities, NGOs and other agencies sometimes ask it for building and maintaining a Sulabh complex. There are 5 categories of Sulabh complexes on the basis of number of users: 0 to 100, 100 to 500, 500 to 1000, 1000 to 2000 and more than 2000. Achievement. Sulabh has the world's biggest toilet complex. Sulabh has built world's largest toilet compound in the town of Shirdi in Maharashtra for pilgrims visiting the place of pilgrimage known as Sai Baba Temple. The complex comprises 148 toilets and 108 bathrooms with the space for dressing, babysitting and breastfeeding. Around 30,000 to 50,000 visitors use these facilities every day. Employment. A combined Sulabh action plan on human waste disposal and social reforms has freed over 60,000 scavengers. It has also provided jobs directly to 60,000 people and has created 1 crore man-days work, making 240 towns scavenging free. So students, let's now summarize what we have studied in this module. Social entrepreneurs are those who come with the innovative solutions to most serious social problems. They invent new innovative approaches and implement those with ultimate dedication. They focus on eradicating the evils of society. Some important characteristics of social entrepreneurs are willpower and determination, personal welfare and social transformation of people, excellent mobilization of social capital, creation of services, and ability to collaborate and partner with governments. All these characteristics are seen in our social entrepreneurs like Ila Bhatt, Dhruv Lakra, Dabbawalas, Varghese Kurian, and in Dr. Bindeshwar Pathak. These personalities not only brought the better changes in society, but also made an impact on the world by their initiatives, innovations and revolutions. Thank you.